Hello and welcome to another league game between Imphenzia in blue and Scornful Exultation in red. So just before we pick up on the match itself, let's look at how these two players performed so far. And I made this little thing so it's a bit easier for everyone to follow along. So quickly to check up on Scornful. He has so far lost all his games. He has played me and AK, so tough opponents. And let's take a look at Imphenzia. He played a few more games. I don't know if this is this really true? He only played. I actually thought he played more. Now I'm almost in doubt whether I missed something. I don't think so. I think I was fairly nitpicky and I made sure I got everything. But so we played Plan Block and lost. He played me and lost, and then Plan Block again. Iron Fox he beat me, and then he lost a game against Animorph. So he's on a win rate that says 33%. Scornful is on 0. And then just this quick league stats that I made shows that it actually does so far give you an advantage to pick the seed, even though it's random in the beginning. Just the fact that you can pick a seed that you like seems to do quite a bit of a difference here, much more than I anticipated. So that's gonna be interesting. We can take a quick look at the table as well. So right now, Imphenzia, we see him down here. 2 wins, 4 losses. And I think Scornful is unfortunately at the end. But today is the day he can get back at it. So let's dive into the game. And it's going. So Scornful can get his first win here, and Imphenzia can, on the other hand, try to get into a bit of a better shape, so to speak. So definitely an important match for both of the players. Like they both really need a win here. But of course Imphenzia would be the favorite from the get-go to win this match. And they both pick middle. Imphenzia with a lot of territories, and Scornful with only 3. But he's a bit more centered. I'm surprised that Imphenzia's second pick was here. I would maybe have thought it would be up here to at least block Scornful. So that's going to be interesting. I'm going to speed up the rest of the picking phase a bit, because it's probably already determined that Scornful will start here and Imphenzia will either start here or here. I'm not sure what I would go with. I think yeah, he has no access to. It's just starting here really puts you in the corner. You have to slowly expand across this narrow piece of land, or you would need boats or transport jets. And Imphenzia does start there. And let's see what Scornful does. He has a plenty of various eco buildings he can build right off the right out the gate. But he starts all the way. I like this. He gets the town, city, but he also goes as far into the center of the map as he can. And it seems like he's sending a scouting unit to understand Imphenzia's starting location, which is probably a good idea, especially if you end up. And I could imagine that Imphenzia's plan here is to just overwhelm Scorn with a bunch of producers, though he did go a town, industry, a capping barracks, it seems, one factory, one barracks, and another town actually. While Scorn went town, industry, air, 3 barracks and a factory. And he should be able to. Whoops, I'm still on speed here. I'm on speed. So Scorn should know that Imphenzia is here now. And that scouting unit actually puts him in a good position. Because he can really cap a lot of the map now, and he can totally cut off Imphenzia. So if Scorn plays this in a defensive manner, he's good to go. Puts down another factory. Imphenzia has also put down another factory and an industry. So it's 427 in income for Scorn right now, and 472 for Imphenzia. I think Scorn does the right thing here to retreat. And he should definitely start capping down south, I think. Unless there's... he has gas here. You could argue that he should maybe also get this quite fast. But for now, this should be more than fine. I would, however, suggest to cap downwards, so he can, like, this is a very easy choke to defend. Imphenzia puts down another factory and an airport. It's 500 for Scorn now, 560 for Imphenzia. But Scorn will catch up just by capping territory, if he can cut off Imphenzia. They're both building a few SAMs, Imphenzia a bit more, which I think he will appreciate later on. But on maps like these, helis can be of great use, even though Imphenzia has a few SAMs, because you can use the helis over here, or you can send them down here. very factory heavy setup, while Scorn is going mostly infantry. And I'm still not sure what the best constellation is. Scorn at least know that Imphenzia has these SAMs. And the question is if you should just attack them head on to get rid of them, even though they're dug in. Definitely wouldn't say it's a bad idea at all. Of course, if you don't kill a single one of them, then it's not super meaningful. And this one guy does at least get rid of one SAM. It's gonna be tough to push through entrenchments in the mountains where your units also move so slow. Scorn has changed the direction of the expansion downwards, but Imphenzia is on the way. He probably also understands the importance of getting out here and contest this area. Scorn needs to be very about very yeah. He needs to think about the possibility that Imphenzia builds up a huge army while he just throws in a few units at a time into a wall of death. So he will never build up more units than what he has here. But Imphenzia will just keep building up units because they're just sitting here safely and attacking from a range. This is a very important barracks from Imphenzia. I wonder if these helis will come into play soon. Can Imphenzia see any of Scorn's buildings? No, he can't. But he went with strikers, which is a common trait from Imphenzia. He likes those strikers. Scorn keeps going very infantry heavy. I would be worried about a big counter push here. Because that starts to look like something that could happen soon enough. This is a lot of infantry. Scorn actually needs to put down some buildings here, or at least get his helis over here. Whoops. Instead he sends them over here, which I think might be fine, but if they choose to attack these, then the SAMs will shoot and the helis will attack these and will not do so well, but they might attack these instead. He actually doesn't have any eyes on the way. So this will be fine for now. He's losing his own SAMs though. I wonder if he can know. He cannot see the... But well, here comes the strikers. So he definitely knows now. The helis does get in range of the SAMs. And Imphenzia also use his air in an area where with no SAMs. Scorn dug in over here, and he's building. Was that a town? Let's look at the eco. 841 for Scorn, and 840 for Imphenzia. So it definitely did catch up. Imphenzia puts down another barracks over here. Scorn cannot see them, but he will need to build some form of producers over here soon enough, I think, because it's quite an important piece of land. There's industries, there are towns, even a city, and of course it gives you access to, or at least it's close to this part of the map. It's a very important point of the map. Imphenzia clearly knows this. We actually built an airstrip as well, and now a factory. And over here Imphenzia is just using his units better. I don't even think it's a question about Imphenzia going heavy artillery. I think it's just the way that Scorn keeps sending in units one at a time into entrenchments. See, it's already going better now that he's fighting non-entrenched units. He will win this because he does have those infantry that keep moving past the artillery and taking the damage. So you can build up a decent blob of artillery even with 1 or 2 factories, as long as you have infantry that keeps surpassing them. And now Scorn must know of these buildings. He does. Imphenzia puts out another, so Scorn is very far behind on the left side. He needs to get his helis over here. But Imphenzia is already working on interceptors, which is a very good idea. Scorn has no SAMs on the way either. He has a lot of money though. These helis will go down very quickly. Scorn builds even more eco. I like it, but he is risking losing all of this right now. And right now you could gain eco just by building producers here. In the sense that you would cap this territory, keep it, etc. Not lose this territory. So in time that would give you eco building producers here instead of building a town. He also lacks a bit of micro. These SAMs tend to die by artillery fire. I think I noticed them a few times. But he's really... I think this will maybe win Imphenzia the game. He's investing a lot, and once again, in this area, and it will give him so much eco. Because he will just push through here, and he can push the front line all the way back here. He will probably get rid of this. He will run over this, and then suddenly he has access to the whole map. So that's definitely another way to look at eco. Like build units that can cap you part of the map, cap you the territories, get you those important spots that will lead to eco later on. Just like that, it also takes X number of minutes for a town to actually give you, or like have that return of investment. Scorn is on 950 though, Imphenzia on 980, so he's not even falling behind, he's actually starting to gain even more traction now. And I think it's just capping Scorn's territory here. That's 20 in for every territory. 10 for 10 for Imphenzia, and -10 for Scorn. For every one of these, and there's, I don't know, let's say 15, 20. So what is that? That's maybe 300 to 400 income. Did maybe I overestimated that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, there's definitely at least 15 here. So if you multiply 15 by 20, that should be 300, if I'm not completely wrong. So that's 300 in difference, right? Imphenzia gaining 150 and Scorn losing 150. So that was my 10 minutes speech about why you should sometimes build producers to gain eco instead of building eco buildings. Scorn has gone heavy sand. Also, I know I keep saying kind of the same thing over and over, but you cannot push through this anyways. So why not dig in yourself and then focus your force over here? You're not gonna get through this until you have like a big eco lead, or have some other way to push through, like a rocket or something. Scorn does put down another barracks over here. That's a good spot. Maybe put it, like hide it. But other ways, it's good for maybe splitting some army down to defend this and also cap all of this territory. Imphenzia starts to mix in some helis as well. And Scorn still doesn't have any SAMs over here. He did manage to defend this, which is quite important. So 980 and 1090 for Imphenzia now. Somehow Scorn did group up a small army here, and it's actually looking good. Might lose this battle though. He needs to get his helis over here and help out. And yeah, they are on the way. I think he can shut off the sand production in this area. Imphenzia is just making use of no anti-air from his opponent. This is very good from Imphenzia. It's a nice push. Because this will obviously open up for a lot of eco. And even for the opportunity to go up here as well. Or open another frontier. This is interesting if Scorn can reach this, but I think, yeah, Imphenzia has plenty of opportunity to get gas here. Energy. It's building a town as well, another one here, so I think it's fine. Of course, it's always money that he has to spend again, so he has to spend those 267 or whatever it is. But Imphenzia is really pushing through here. And Scorn just doesn't have enough producers. And now he's starting to get behind on eco again. And then you cannot close that difference in unit production. Catch up with the amount of producers that Imphenzia has. Imphenzia is switching air composition, so he's taking his interceptors over here and strikers back over here. This is actually looking okay for Scorn. He just needs a few more SAMs over there. But the issue is he has to win within 10 minutes, otherwise Imphenzia will have so much eco that he will just run over Scorn. And it would be perfect for Scorn to put his SAMs over here, maybe even dig them in, because it's so close to this airport. So every time the planes will lift off, dock in SAMs here would actually be able to reach that, I think. Probably gonna get this now, and I would have sent, I think, the units over here and helped this block instead of sending them into this entrenchment. And then those SAMs, they could really have been useful over here. So right now Imphenzia is using his planes very well while he can. He lost that gas though, and he builds a new one, but that will take some time to get up and running because it's in the forest as well. And I have no idea how, but somehow Scorn is actually doing pretty well over here despite all of these producers. I guess he has put down a few more And now while the gas is down from Imphenzia, he needs to move in on these helis. And not send the SAMs directly into infantry. This factory is on the way to go down as well. I'm not sure if it will. It's gonna be close. Let's look at the eco again. So 1030, 1200, almost 1300. Imphenzia really has the upper hand. I had to pause it, so I might repeat myself. Scorn really has a lot of SAMs over here now. And Imphenzia is putting down buildings. But I'm not sure where. Ah, here. This is an important part. What's it called? He got through the entrenchment. He really needs those SAMs here. And Imphenzia knows he's under pressure now. He lost a factory over here. He put down another. He's almost out of gas. So all of a sudden, even though I was really saying that this was not gonna work, Scorn has turned this around from being completely pushed back here and getting nowhere here to just have that flood of units come down here, which forced Imphenzia to put units out here, and he could not reinforce this part fast enough. He certainly has not lost just yet, Imphenzia, and as we know, he tends to not give up too fast. So I doubt he will quit anytime soon either. But we'll see. Scorn is really making progress. I don't remember if it was I think it was a factory that went down here, and this barracks will go down in a minute. In this factory, and maybe Scorn has turned the eco around as well. 1300 from Imphenzia, or 1050 for Scorn. So Imphenzia is still far ahead on the eco. So I really wonder if he can keep going at it. Really nice pick with the SAM. And Imphenzia put down a barracks over here, which will give him even more eco and maybe all of a sudden a decent army that can push here. Yeah, this might die out soon. We'll see, because now the units will move over here, so maybe even though this looks like it's going decent for Imphenzia, this spot will no longer get reinforcements from all of these buildings, I think at least. Also, all of these units are actually not on any command. I don't know if Imphenzia forgot. or if it's on purpose, trying to build up a small army before he's too aggressive with it. Imphenzia does still have a lot here. He has those interceptors, he has the SAMs. But Scorn has a lot of SAMs as well. I was about to say I completely missed those, because I was about to say these are out of position, but when you have extra here it doesn't really matter. And this is why I don't win tournaments, because clearly I cannot judge when a attack is about to die out or not. Now it's looking good again. This factory is on the way down. These will probably go down. And if Scorn can reach the town, that will be very good for them. I think Scorn is still far behind on eco. Yeah, he's as in very far behind. So this is not over yet. I think Imphenzia can still do a comeback. Of course, if Scorn gets all of this, he will get a decent amount of eco from Imphenzia, but he will soon have to consider having some of this just with a few infantry, like 3 or 4, sending those around here to cap. This is a bit scary for Scorn. And is Imphenzia? No, he's not putting down more producers over here just yet. And he's sending his heavies over here. This airport is on the way down as well. And actually, Scorn could start sending his air over here because there's no SAMs. There's one, but Imphenzia has a lot of capital. I still cannot tell you who's gonna win this. This is a really good fight, back and forth. On 1445. It's 400 ahead on eco. He has 50% more income than Scorn. Scorn really needs to start capping some of this. And he does. That's good. He needs that. I think somehow this will, even though it looks so good for Scorn, I think there will like a counter push from Imphenzia will happen here. And the same here. What a game. Scorn is using his heavies just right here. Imphenzia puts down more producers so he can keep this part of the map and that eco as well. Yeah, this is dying out for Scorn, and now Imphenzia's eco is so much more than Scorn's that from now on it will just be a rollover. I can't imagine anything else. Which must feel very frustrating for Scorn. Must feel like he was so close, but he just can't push through. And one of the reasons is that he let Imphenzia in on this part of the map. Yeah, and Imphenzia is building even more eco. Scorn does decide to push to the west, but Imphenzia already has many more producers than Scorn has. So yeah, I'm just gonna speed it up here because it's a bit of a stalemate. Not for long. Maybe I'm wrong again, but I feel fairly confident that this time the match is only going one way, because Scorn is losing here, he's losing here, he is doing okay here actually, he's losing here, he's losing here. Very bad sign, I think, when your eco just doesn't change for a long time in the game. Scorn has been just about 1,000 for I don't know how long, while Imphenzia keeps improving his eco. And I know Scorn cannot do much, but he could build a city here. He has a few territories he could still cap, or of course focus on other areas of the map to try to cap, but that's very tough when you're so far behind on eco. This is gonna be a big push. Imagine that this must hurt a bit for Scorn. He must have felt that, oh my god, I'm actually gonna beat Imphenzia. And then all of a sudden you're just on your heels instead of pushing. And for a spectator, it's obvious why, but from Scorn's perspective it can feel more like what what is happening? Why do I all of a sudden lose when it was going so well? Even I, who have access to all the information, was thinking that Scorn might be able to win this. Imphenzia finally capped all the territory on the left. And there you go. Really interesting game. Well played by both. And that means Imphenzia gets his third win. Note that my table that I showed in the beginning does not match up with the one online. First off, because I only update this to where I got to in the tournament replays, but also Rigas Novas resigned from the tournament, so everyone on challenge has 2 wins from him. I did not count them in this standings, so yeah, so in that way it's a minorly different, just a tiny bit different. Yeah, so that will put Imphenzia at, where is he, at three wins now, which is looking decent, because yeah, he also played some tough players so far, so there's no shame in 3 wins and 6 losses in that. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the game just as much as I did. And yeah, have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Bye.